Looking for a refreshing change? Say goodbye to sluggish performance and reach for the one that won't slow you down.
That's crisp.
Experience the force of clean, pure oil coursing through your engine. No matter what you drive, Wix Filters is the clear choice. Here's to filtration that works as hard as you do. Wix Premium Filters. Performance starts here.
MD3, the most advanced body panels on the market. Aerodynamically engineered, manufactured from the highest grade and lightest weight materials, tested tough for optimum performance. The highest quality and most durable products you'll find anywhere. Our products help racers around the world reach victory lane. Winning never looks so good. MD3, the #1 body choice for top dirt racers.
Race fans, November 4th through the 7th, dirt racing's most celebrated stars will shine in an electrifying spectacle, the World of Outlaws World Finals at the Dirt Track at Charlotte. Purchase a ticket package by Monday, August 3rd at alldirtroads.com and get a free pit pass. All dirt roads lead to Charlotte as the World of Outlaws sprint cars, late models, and super dirt car big block modifieds collide.
You're watching the World of Outlaws Late Models, presented by DIRTVision.
Powerful late models on the planet!
The best drivers, the best coverage. DIRTVision is home to the greatest shows on dirt.
The Northern Swing for the World of Outlaws Late Models, presented by DIRTVision, comes to an end tonight, but not without one final stop at Norman County Raceway. Good evening, race fans. My name is Peyton Williams. Welcome in to Ada, Minnesota. The last time the Outlaws were in action, it was in North Dakota at Nodak Speedway, where the defending series champion took one step closer to making history by securing his 5th consecutive series victory.
The Showdown Metals Recycling World of Outlaws Minot Mayhem underway here in North Dakota. Into turn number 1, Ethan Dodson. Straight to the race lead, 3 wide off of corner number 2. Pierce, Herb, and Dodson. And then here comes Gustin and Sorensen. Gustin gonna send it in. Ryan Gustin to 3rd on the opening lap down the front straightaway. Pierce gonna lead lap number 1. Jonathan Davenport coming along for the ride, 3 wide down the front straightaway. Davenport right around the middle. He'll get around Ethan Dodson for the 4th position. Sorensen to his inside, back to 4th. Oh, JD high in turn number 4. Wilson spinning. And the Dave Warren Power Sports caution is out. Ethan Dodson to the inside of Tyler for the 2nd position. Ryan Gustin on the outside. Now Gustin gets around Dodson, trying to get around Herb for 2nd. You never know how they're going to come off the corner. They could be side by side, 3 wide. And right now, great battle for third between Gustin, Sorensen, and Dotson. Pierce leads the way. Sorensen now has McCready to his inside. They're 3 wide for the second position. Off of corner number 4, Sorensen throws the slider on Herb. Down the front straightaway, the power move by McCready that we saw last year. Oh, man. It's Dustin Sorensen running a season best at the moment right now. Third, but Turbo back to his inside. What a great battle these two have been having here this feature event. Sorensen gets back around him down the front straightaway. Bobby Pierce will lead, and we are past halfway. Leader +1 with the Outlaws, so Pierce at the line. Now McCready, so it's leader +1. There's the battle for the 4th position between Hoffman and the 1 at Tyler Erb. Hoffman will edge Tyler Erb at the line for the 4th position, and Nick Hoffman will have it. The 9 of McCready still hanging on to 2nd, and now Nick Hoffman to 3rd, as the 19 of Sorensen will slip back to 4th, and Nick Hoffman up to 3rd. Hoffman to the inside of McCready, battling for 2nd, and he's got it down the back straightaway, but McCready to his outside. 60-mile-per-hour wind in the infield. Hail is starting to fall here. This race is going to be deemed official. Bobby Pierce is going to go 5 in a row.
Mother Nature clearly made her presence known in the Magic City the other night, but not before we had gotten well past the halfway point of the feature, and not before the smooth operator had done enough to claim his 15th victory of 2026. And as we move into racing here tonight at Norman County Raceway, Bobby Pierce is already in the midst of his most winningest season ever with the Outlaws, so it's no secret that he knows the potentially everlasting implications if he can get his first ever win in Ada later tonight.
You know, it'd be awesome to beat the record, so we'd have to win tonight and the next one, wherever that may be. But no, I'm just, of course, tonight's one of those nights where I'm really eyeing the win. A lot of times we're just trying to have a good finish. You know, if the car's not good enough, you know, make something out of it, get a top 5, get a podium. But tonight we're going for the win. So it'd be cool to win 7. So if I can win tonight, we'll be one step closer to that. But yeah, I mean, we've had success here, and the car's been great. So a lot of these racetracks, I also feel like, I'm not saying they're similar, but like size-wise, you know, kind of long straightaways with the somewhat tight corners, and you know, they're more oval shaped than they are circular shaped. Like when these tracks kind of have, you know, those long straightaways, and once you get to the corners, you kind of have to, you know, bend your car a certain way and really get off the corner on these tracks is key. So this is the 3rd time I've been here. No doubt that was the 2nd time. A lot of the other tracks that was the 2nd or 3rd time. So just having that at least one page of a notebook to go back and look on, you know, that's key. So we're doing that, and like I said, crew's working hard. You know, Darian's doing a good job with the tires, and Justin and Kong with the maintenance and everything they're doing, and you know, like I said, me and Bob with the setup, and my mom's slinging shirts up there. So just looking forward to it, see what we got.
And now Bobby Pierce enters tonight hoping to equal his own record of 6 consecutive Outlaw victories. It would also be 7 out of the last 8. And that's because, well, this northern swing for the smooth operator has been nothing shy of marvelous. We've ran 218 competitive laps. The defending series champion has led 181 of those circuits. He's bagged nearly $80,000 and hopes to continue to rewrite several pages within the World of Outlaws late models history book. But if he wants to win tonight, he has to go through the only driver in Outlaw history that has won here before, and that's the guy 2nd in points, the thrill from Mooresville, Nick Hoffman. Hoffman has led the last 60 competitive laps here in 2024. He fell back to 7th, ended up leading the last 10 laps to win the inaugural race here, and then led all 50 laps here a year ago. The northern swing for Nick Hoffman's also been quite successful. Hoffman's been rather consistent. Let's go all the way back to 141 Speedway when he rounded out the podium. He finished third there in Wisconsin. And as we look at his results here on this Northern Swing in 2026, he has failed to finish outside the top 5. It's been strong runs each and every night. At Ogilvy Raceway, he led 12 laps before ultimately finishing in the runner-up position. Then at I-94 EMR Speedway, he gained 1 position over the course of the feature to yet again come up just 1 step short. At River City Speedway, he started 4th and finished 4th, and then 48 hours ago was on the tail of Bobby Pierce. He went +5 before ultimately finishing in second again. But as we approach the final night of this Northern Swing and come to Norman County Raceway for the 3rd time in series history, quite a few of our drivers have plenty to prove here in Ada, Minnesota tonight. Of course, Nick Hoffman has the 2 previous wins, but only Ethan Dodson and Dennis Erb Jr. are the full-time Outlaws that have at least 1 top 5 finish here in the past. Looking at some average finishes from some of our full-time Outlaws here in 2026, you see there Nick Hoffman, obviously with that average finish of first, courtesy of winning both races. The B1 Bomber of Brent Larson, there's a pretty steep fall off, although he has the 2nd best average finish of 8th. He's the only driver besides Nick Hoffman to finish with top 10s in both of the previous visits here. Dennis Erb Jr., the 2022 World of Outlaws champion, has an average finish of 9th. He rounded out the podium here a year ago. Richmond, Indiana's Tricky Tristan Chamberlain, an average finish of 11.5, courtesy of a top 10 here as he rounded out the top 10 in 2024 and then finished in the 13th spot here last year. Now take a look there at Bobby Pierce and Ryan Gustin. That's a little misleading because both of those drivers were sharing the lead back here in the inaugural race in 2024. Bobby Pierce was leading a couple of years ago before he lost an engine on lap 27. And then on the ensuing restart, the Reaper Ryan Gustin had made just 1 circuit around Norman County Raceway before he too lost the lead by engine failure. So we hope that's not the case here tonight. A couple years ago, we caught it, the curse of the leaders, and I know the guys running up front hope to go smooth sailing in Ada, Minnesota here tonight. Now, it's a beautiful night to go racing, 83 degrees and clear skies here in the Gopher State this evening. There's no chance of rain. Mother Nature deciding to play nice on the final night of this Northern Swing. A pretty breezy night, 15-mile-per-hour gust in the area, but a lovely night for these fans and for those of you watching at home to see a great show. We'll quickly run through our order of events here in the next few moments. We'll put the World of Outlaws late models presented by DIRTVision onto the surface for their hot lap session. And then the support class this evening, the IMCA stock cars. They will have a hot lap session before the Outlaws return for 2-lap qualifying. We'll move into opening ceremonies before the IMCA stock car heats. Then we'll have 3 8-lap heats for the Outlaws. We'll have an open redraw tonight, which means the top 2 finishers will get to redraw for positions 1 through 6 for our feature later on. Then we will move into our features this evening. The IMSA stock cars first before a 50-lap, $20,000 to win feature for the Outlaws to conclude this Northern Swing. Once again, my name is Peyton Williams. I'll keep you covered with everything pit side and track side as we bring in the voice of the World of Outlaws, Ruben Morales. Ruben, it's unfortunate that tonight has to be the end of the Northern Swing. Of course, we announced just a few moments ago that the Gopher 50 this weekend has been canceled for 2026. But as for racing tonight at Norman County Raceway, we made the trek back east from the furthest north we were, the furthest west, my friend, here in 2026 that we will be. And as we get set for racing at Norman County Raceway tonight, the main question is, can anybody stop Nick Hoffman?
Yeah, that's the big question, right? Nick Hoffman has won both events here. He's so good here. The confidence is high, and that's one thing that we've touched on many years on the World of Outlaws broadcast here on DIRTVision. Confidence is a big thing with these guys. When they're confident, they're running good, they know they can do it, they're going to get it done. And Nick Hoffman obviously has proven that he's one of the best dirt late model drivers in the country. Another thing I wanted to touch on that Peyton was talking on in the pre-race, Bobby Pierce obviously trying to get 6 in a row, but obviously he's also trying to win his 16th feature of the season. One thing I failed to mention to you race fans at Nodak, that surpasses his all-time record in a single season. Hoffman already did it this year. Hoffman 5 wins. He surpassed that already in a single season. But Bobby Pierce, his record was 14 wins in the single Outlaw season in 2023. 13 in 2024, 11 last year. He now has 15. Pierce now trying to chase down Shepard, who's won the most World of Outlaw features in a single season twice, 18 in 2017 and 2019. Pierce now 3 away from that record. Of course, it also helps when you have had no rainouts, and we talk about that, but unfortunately, Go for 50 washed out here this weekend. All right, hot lap session number 1, Ryan Gustin in the 19R. Out on the speedway out of Marshalltown, Iowa, the Reaper. Looking to get back to victory lane here with the World of Outlaws. Also on the speedway, the number 18X, that's going to be Sean Meyer. Sean Meyer to Wapaton, North Dakota. Glad to have Meyer with us for Outlaw feature starts. Best finish 12th at Red River Valley in 2020. Also on the speedway, Dustin Sorensen back in his home state of Minnesota. But of course, Dustin, before we came here 2 years ago, he had never been here before. Dustin Sorensen out of Rochester looking for that first World of Outlaws feature win. First visit to Norman County. Good to have Jonathan Davenport here looking for that first World of Outlaws win of the 2026 season. The driver out of Blairsville, Georgia in the 49. Brent Larson in the B1, also racing close to home, of course, from Lake Alamo, Minnesota, right there, just out, basically Minneapolis right there. Brent Larson, just about 4 hours from home. Also on the speedway, that's Cole Schill out of Hawley, Minnesota. Cole Schill, 4-time I-94 EMR Speedway track champion. Glad to have Cole and his wife and kids out here with us. They've had a good time here on this northern swing. Also the 58V, Dalton Wilson, current MD3 Rookie of the Year point leader. Out of Fayetteville, North Carolina, that Big Frog Motorsports 58V. Good comeback the other night at Nodak, went into the Fast One Speed Shop hot pit, rebounded back nicely. As those are all the drivers here in hot lap session number 1 around Norman County. About 24 hours ago, the radar was absolutely red right here at Ada, so this track juiced up nicely, and glad that we are in the clear here today. A beautiful day for some great World of Outlaws action here in Ada, Minnesota, as your field spread out around the speedway. I wanted to bring out that point about the rain yesterday because the track is juiced up. 15:069 is the track record set by Tyler Bruni last year. All right, hot lap session number 1, coming to green. Dalton Wilson, 16.879. Davenport, 16.588. 25 entries here tonight. Thank you to Norman County Raceway, everyone here. They've elected to just start that extra car. No last chance showdown here tonight. Why are we going to send one driver back at home when we can just start them all? So again, thank you to Norman County Raceway for that. That ain't cheap. I mean, it's, what, $1,500 to start tonight, I believe, so. Yeah, thank you to Norman County as Jonathan Davenport with the Dirt King Simulator's fastest hot lap, 16.588 for Jonathan Davenport. Off to a good start. A trio of third place finishes this year is his best finish with the Outlaws. Davenport trying to get that first win of the season with us. Tonight could be worth $20,000. Hot lap session number 2 rolling on to the speedway, led out by 2-time winner already this season, Tim McCready. Out of Watertown, New York, that driver was flying there towards the later stages of the race at Nodak. Tim McCready looking for his 3rd of the season and 42nd of his career. The 2022 Series champion at Carpentersville, Illinois. Good average finish here at Nodak, Dennis Erb Jr. Also with a great run, by the way, at River Cities. And Dennis Erb Jr. really lately has been getting some good speed behind the wheel of that 28 car. He'll be fun to watch here tonight. Out of Georgetown, Delaware, the number 7, Ross Robinson, had fun out here on this whole northern swing. Robinson, best finished 5th at Delaware International Speedway back in 2014. He'd love to better that here tonight. Got a quick time out here at Ogilvie. And also the number 8, Matthew Larson out of Lake Elmo, Minnesota. Matthew Larson, his career best was 13th at Nodak last year. Going to make his 7th feature start here tonight. Gordy Gundaker in the 11. It's been a battle for this team up and down the road. Hauler issues and just a lot of other issues on the back side of things here for Gordy Gundaker, but they got everything squared away, ready to go here tonight at Norman County in the 11. And your MD3 Rookie of the Year contender, Trey Mills in the 14 at St. Augustine, Florida, the Mills Concrete number 14. Currently 2nd in the MD3 Rookie of the Year point standings. Those are all the drivers here in Hot Lap session number 2 here at Norman County. Tim McCready to the top of the charts, 16.463. A nice breeze today too. That's definitely helped slow the racetrack down a little bit, dry it up a little bit. Dennis Erb Jr. to the top, 16.250 in the 28. As the final drivers cross the checkered flag this time. Trey Mills will be the final driver, and Dennis Erb Jr. quickest, 16.250. There you see him rolling here down the front straightaway. Tim McCready 2nd, Matthew Larson 3rd, Trey Mills 4th, and Gordy Gundaker in the top 5. So the track definitely picking up speed, 16.250 set by Dennis Erb Jr. Track record again, 15.069. Hot Lap session number 3 of 4, getting ready to roll onto the racetrack. You'll find the number 6, Nick Corbett, out of East Grand Forks, Minnesota. The Corbett Trucking number 6 entry. Nick Corbett, we saw him at River City Speedway. Back for some more fun with the Outlaws here tonight. He'll make his first ever World of Outlaws feature start tonight. Right behind him, MD3 Rookie of the Year contender out of Hookstown, Pennsylvania, Logan Zarin, the All-American framer number 1Z. Going to make his 39th World of Outlaws feature start here tonight. Also on the Speedway, glad to have him back, Cody Overton. Of course, they debuted this brand new team at Ogilvy. Cody Overton, that Triple B Motorsports. They've had electrical issues, engine issues, but all put together, brand new car put together for the 97 at Cody Overton. Out of Mooresville, North Carolina, the Ty Toric number 9, Nick Hoffman, basically the mayor of Ada, Minnesota. He's won both features here the last 2 years with the Outlaws. He would love to get back in the top step of the podium as he trails Pierce by 72 points in the World of Outlaws Championship point standings. There you see the 20 TC, Tristan Chamberlain out of Richmond, Indiana. Chamberlain, of course, has been putting on some good strong runs. There's Ethan Dotson, the 74X. Ethan Dotson, some really good top 5s as of late, 4 of his last 7 in the top 5. Also on the Speedway, you'll find, that's actually all of them. That's Nick Corbett in the 6. So right now, Dennis Erb Jr., 16.250 over McCready, Larson, Mills, and Gordy Gundaker. Do want to note, we've been hot lapping and qualifying back-to-back, but today we will have the IMCA stock car hot laps in between our hot laps and Mark Martin automotive qualifying. Hot lap session number 3, getting ready to see the Gorsuch Performance green flag, and there you see the hardware here tonight. Someone's going to be taking home a trophy. There's the driver to watch, Nick Hoffman. He's oh so good around Norman County. Gonna go 3 in a row. Nick Hoffman, second quick. Looking for win number 7 on the year. Don't count out Nick Hoffman yet in that championship. 72 points back. He gained 56 on Pierce on the last 3 nights of Charlotte last year. Take away those 56 from that 72, it really narrows down the gap. Still a long season to go here as Cody Overton with the Dirt King Simulator's fastest hot lap. 16.023. Cody Overton has that Triple B Motorsports 97 digging here tonight as he has the Dirt King Simulator's fastest hot lap, 16.023. Nick Hoffman will go second quick at a 16.064. Dennis Erb Jr. third. Tim McCready fourth. Matthew Larson in fifth. One more hot lap session rolling onto the speedway before we get ready for IMCA stock car hot lap action. It's going to be Jake Tim leading them out of Winona, Minnesota. Jake Tim got his career best with the Outlaws right here at Norman County a year ago. 5th place. He'll make his 80th World of Outlaws feature start tonight. Out of Oakwood, Illinois, the current World of Outlaws point leader by 72 points over Nick Hoffman. That is Bobby Pierce trying to go 6 wins in a row. Last time anyone did that, well, it was himself back in 2024. Pierce also trying to win his 16th race of the season and try to catch Shepard's all-time winningest season at 18 when he did it twice in 2017 and 2019. There's Eli Johnson, MD3 Rookie of the Year contender. That Clyde Johnson Contracting and Roofing number 55E. Eli Johnson's been getting better and better night in, night out. And Tyler Erb, and the Best Performance Motorsports number 1, Tyler Erb, now make it 10 straight. Not top 10s, but top 5s for Tyler Erb. He's been a top 5 making machine, so consistent. Will he get another win with the Outlaws here tonight? Also on the speedway, the number 15, Layla Eisenschenk. Remember, she made the show last year here. That's her career best with the Outlaws, 16th here a year ago. Now going to make her 6th World of Outlaws feature start here tonight. Obviously, her twin sister, Amelia Eisenschenk, right behind her out of Fargo, North Dakota, also made the show here a year ago and matched her career best, 17th here at Norman County and NODAC last year. Both young ladies trying to better that here tonight as we see hot lap session number 4 come to green. It's only hot laps, but man, these guys are getting it after this place. Eli Johnson 4th quick, Bobby Pierce 2nd, Tyler Erb 5th. Checkered flag is going to fly. It's Cody Overton with the Dirt King Simulator's fastest hot lap. At a 16.023 over Bobby Pierce, Nick Hoffman, Eli Johnson, and Tyler Erb in the top 5. Dennis Erb Jr. 6th, Tim McCready 7th, Matthew Larson 8th, Ethan Dotson 9th, and Trey Mills in 10th. Hot lap session number 4 going to make its way back to the pit area as they gear up for Mark Martin Automotive Qualifying. Joining me up in the booth, Mr. Mark Askelson, the voice of a Norman County Raceway. Mark, good evening to you, my friend. Glad to be back.
Hey, it's great to be here, Ruben. I'm glad you guys are back here at Norman County Raceway. It's always fun when the Outlaws are in town. We circle that on the calendar every year.
Absolutely. Well, a good field of IMCA stock cars here tonight as well.
Yeah, 2,000 to win. Big thanks to Victory Diesel putting up that pot. Little special treat ahead of the Big Dakota Mod Tour coming up. So got drivers from all over the country here today. 20 really good drivers in store for us here. All right, we're getting ready for a couple of groups. Group number 1 of our IMCA stock car. You're getting 2,000 to win here, presented by Victory Diesel. We got Shelby Williams making the way out of Texas here today. He's on the racetrack here in the number 82. 27X, that's Mike Hagan out of Williston. Aaron Olson, he's the one from Victory Diesel putting up a lot of this. He also brought some friends with him. 38, Todd Heinrich. 88, Randy Klein. Out in this hot lap session as well. And I believe the other 14 in the racetrack, that would be Nick Johansson, I believe, out of Tyler, Minnesota. A few of these guys are with us here last week with our Bison battle. White flag is out. We'll get the checkered out here for Shelby Williams and first session of IMCA Stock Car Hot Laps. Well, I get a moment. I'd like to thank a few of our other sponsors here, bringing us our racing coverage. Our Ada Building Center start to finish showdown, the Ada Building Center. Talk to them about building your pole barns or houses, all your building material needs. Big thanks to the Building Center, big part of building our new grandstand there on the north side. And of course, thanks to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, bringing us our main 100-year plus grandstand here in the middle with the roof on it. R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRGB, KRJM, KKCQ, bringing you live racing coverage from Norman County Raceway, plus news, weather, sports, ag news, country music, oldies, and more on Golden on 5 KRJM. Download the R&J Radio app. Hot lap race number 2 will have Brody Carlsrud in the B1. Rick Schultz we see on the racetrack here in the 4. We got the other 18X, the 980. Another new entry out here. That's Caden Woody out of Malacca, Minnesota. The 51 at Kelly Jacobson. 73T, Chris Tusher. He's out of Burlington, North Dakota. Ryan Satter in the 69. That's Will Dittmer in the 53. 20 cars here total. Not all of them out here for hot laps, but giving some of the guys who aren't normally here a chance to run a few laps on this 3/8 mile dirt track. White flag for Brody Carlsrud. The real deal, Brody Carlsrud. We'll have 3 heats of our IMCA stock cars here tonight. And I believe a 20 lap feature going to be part of the action. Hot lap session number 2. Now wrapping up. We'll get them back in the pits. And we'll get things set up here for qualifying with the big boys, the World of Outlaw late models. So with that, back to you, Ruben.
Thank you very much, Mark. We get ready for Mark Martin Automotive qualifying. Legendary racer Mark Martin brought his winning spirit home. Founding Mark Martin Automotive in Batesville, Arkansas and Ashflat, Arkansas. Ford, Chevy, GMC, the best selection in North Central Arkansas. Come see why they're driven to serve. Visit www.markmartinautomotive.com if you're in the market. Hey, you never know. I know some buddies that lived in Texas and live in Ohio. They've been shopping around and went to a different state across the country to buy a vehicle because, hey, it was a good deal. You never know. Go check it out. www.markmartinautomotive.com. Heck, I might check it out myself too. So thanks to Mark Martin Automotive for providing us with this season's merch tow rig as well. Go check it down in Vendor Row. As we get ready for qualifying tonight, a little different just how we saw in NODAC. It'll be one group of qualifying. And we'll have 25 cars. They'll line straight up into 3 heat races. The fastest driver on the pole of the opening heat race of the night. Second fastest on the pole of heat 2. Third fastest on the pole of heat 3. Fourth, fifth, and sixth filled to the outside of those first 3 front rows. And then so on and so forth. We'll see if anyone can top the track record. Obviously, Cody Overton was the fastest in hot laps there in that 97 car at a 16:023. Track record 15:069. Good competitors here tonight. There you see Jonathan Davenport in the 49. Jonathan Davenport, of course, trying to get that first win with us here in 2026. You look at Davenport's kind of summary. He does have a quick time with us here this season. 4 top 5, 7 top 10s, a quick time, 4 heat race wins, and as we mentioned, 3 third-place finishes. Magnolia both nights, and then Mississippi Thunder, the Dairyland Showdown there that final night. So far in this swing for Davenport, 22nd at 22nd at Ogilvie, 11th at I-94, 6th at River Cities, and coming off a 9th at NODAC for Jonathan Davenport. First visit to Norman County Raceway for Jonathan Davenport. We'll see what he could do here tonight. He's first man out. You'll have that cape flapping in the wind as the officials get ready to welcome the first 2 competitors. They'll come out 2 at a time, and there's Jonathan Davenport. We commence Mark Martin Automotive qualifying. Joining us out of Blairsville, Georgia, the Ace Doran, Nutrient Ag Solutions, ASC Warranty, Mark Martin Automotive, Mega Plumbing in the Carolinas, Bill Stein by Longhorn Dynamics, VP Racing Fuels, Midwest Sheet Metal, Longhorn Cornet, number 49, Jonathan Davenport. In the number 19, out of Rochester, Minnesota, the Altenberg Construction, Paulson Rock Products, J&S Repair, JCB Equipment, Rochester Chevrolet 63 Club, Yagi Trucking, CBR Drilling, Owens by Longhorn Dynamics, Heavy Hitch, Redline Olds, PEM Rear Ends, VP Racing Fuels, Longhorn Pro Power 19, Dustin Sorensen. Davenport going to kick us off here, 16-1-3-1. Dustin Sorensen will cross the line. He'll fall in suit. Second quick, 16:2:01 for Dustin Sorensen. Here comes Jonathan Davenport for lap number 2. Davenport will not go faster. That time 3/10 slower for Davenport at a 16:4:28. Sorensen will also go slower, just by 400ths there, but Sorensen lap 1 better. Second quick, 16:2:01. Jonathan Davenport going to kick us off here in qualifying at a 16:1:31. Up next out of Marshalltown, Iowa, Ryan Gustin, the Cooney Motorsports, Hooker Trucking, Custom Fabricating and Repair, Carl Chevrolet, Allen Seamless Gutters, Murdy Farms, VP Racing Fuels Heartland, Mel Hamilton Ford Racing, Tire Demon by Tim Love, Dynamic Drivelines, Pete Decals, Midwest Sheet Metal, Bill Stein, Infinity, Vic Hill, J. Dickens, number 19R, and the 58B, Dalton Wilson out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. The Big Frog Motorsports and Transportation, Viper Risk Management, King Risk Partners, Base Racing Fuel, Ocala Restaurant and Supply, Innovative Community Solutions, B&L Construction, and New Point Lighting and Design, 58B. Gustin third quick, 16:3:16. Dalton Wilson third quick, 16:2:05 in the 58B. Here comes Ryan Gustin for his final lap, and Ryan Gustin will not improve. Can Dalton Wilson be the first driver here in Mark Martin Automotive qualifying to go faster on lap 2? No, he doesn't as well. So Ryan Gustin, fourth quick, 16:3:16. Dalton Wilson, third quick, 16:2:05. All 4 drivers have relied on their first lap as Davenport still quickest, 16:1:31. Up next at Wapaton, North Dakota, the Smith Motors on Chuck Seed. JD's Detailing and Polishing, Valley Beat Service, Minn Kota Ag Products, Butler Cat Highway Service, Rocket Chassis, Sturdy Power, number 18X, that's going to be Sean Meyer. In the number B1 at the Lake Elmo, Minnesota, the Lander Pressure Washers, Fuel Factory, Hanco Corporation, T-Pack, The Real Cafe, TS Warehouse, Longhorn, Vic Hill, B1, Brent Larson. Sean Meyer will cross the line and he will go 5th quick, 17:2:27 for Sean Meyer. Here's the B1 on Larson. He will go 5th quick, 16:4:08 for Brent Larson. Checkered flag in the air for Sean Meyer, and he will not improve. That time, wow, just about 100th slower there. Very identical lap time. 6th quick for Meyer, and Brent Larson, first driver to improve on lap number 2, goes 3rd quick, 16:2:01 for Brent Larson. So Sean Meyer, lap 1, 6th quick, 6:17:227. Brent Larson, second lap, 3rd quick, 16:2:01. Next 2 qualifiers getting ready to roll onto the speedway. You'll find the number 44 star, Cole Schill, and it looks like it's not going to be Schill coming out as we have McCready in the number 9. So we'll go with Tim McCready, no Cole Schill. Tim McCready to Watertown, New York, the Dave Warren Power Sports, Corey Rubber Corporation, Extra Storage, Johnstown Hydraulics, One Rail, Sherlock Glenshire, Flawless Roofing, Trans 58, Briggs Transport, Clyde Johnson Contracting and Roofing, Longhorn Clements number 9, and Matthew Larson of the Lake Elmo, Minnesota. The Fuel Factory, Hanco Corporation, TS Warehouse, Longhorn Pro Power, number 8, Matthew Larson. Tim McCready will go 6th quick, 16:4:13. Matthew Larson ready for his opening lap. He'll go 6th quick at a 16:3:53, bumping McCready down to 7th. McCready will go faster, back to 6th, 16:3:18, bumping Larson down to 7th. Can he respond? He cannot. 4/10 slower on lap number 2 for Matthew Larson. He'll take lap 1, 16:3:53 to go 7th quick, and Tim McCready 6th quick at a 16:3:18, better on lap number 2. So we saw no Cole Schill. We did get the report over the World of Outlaws radio, powered by Racing Electronics, that Cole Schill is rolling in the pit area. So we might see the 44 star here, tardy to the party, but no harm, no foul as we get ready for the next 2. You'll find the number 11, a Gordy Gundaker to St. Charles, Missouri, and the JB Salvage, Hoker Trucking, Vanilla Cycles, Rockwell Security, Ted Brown's Quality Paint and Body Shop, Kaiser Manufacturing, McKay Corporation, K1 Race Gear, St. Louis Screw and Bolt, RLM Enterprise, Longhorn Clements number 11, and the 14, Trey Mills, MD3 Rookie of the Year contender to St. Augustine, Florida. The Mills Concrete, Coleman Farms Racing, Gilstein, H&R Race Engines, FK Roddins, VP Racing Fuels, Boswell Oil, Kaiser Aluminum Wheels, Quartermaster, Wells Drive Shafts, Longhorn Clements, number 14. Cordy Gundaker, 8th quick, 16.644 for Gundaker. Here comes the 14 of Trey Mills. For his opening lap, Trey Mills, 9th quick, 16.704. Gordy Gundaker ready for his final lap here in the 11th. Gundaker will not improve, that time a 10th slower to 16.755. First lap better, 16.644. Trey Mills in the 14 will go faster, but he'll stay 9th quick at a 16.655. So Trey Mills, 9th quick, 16.655. Gordy Gundaker, 8th quick at a 16.644. It's still Jonathan Davenport atop of the charts here in Mark Martin Automotive qualifying at a 16.131 over Dustin Sorensen, Brent Larson, Dalton Wilson, Ryan Gustin, and Tim McCready, the top 6 drivers right now that have a front row starting spot in our 3 heat races in today's racing program. Up next, you'll find the number 44 star. There he is, Cole Schill at a Hawley, Minnesota. The Joe DeWald Farms, R&H Landscape Supply, 4-Star Logistics, Metz Company Trailer, Rivius Ranch, Performance Automotive, Holdren Star Electric, KPG Smokin', City Partial Delivery, Levi Babcock Construction, MB Custom, Grandpa Schill Power, number 44 star, Cole Schill. From the first state, out of Georgetown, Delaware, the Stokely Materials, Commonwealth Equipment, Wesley Collins Builders, Delma Barra Hydraulics, Stokely Speed and Supply, Rocket Clements, number 7, Ross Robinson. Cole Schill will cross the line, 11th quick, 17.238. Ross Robinson in the 7 will cross the line, 10th quick, 16.816. Checkered flag in the air here for the 44 star Cole Schill. He will not improve, that time 200th slower. And Ross Robinson going to cross the line. He is going to go slower by 500th. So Cole Schill 12th quick, 17.238. Ross Robinson 10th quick at a 16.816. No change in the top 6. We get ready for the next 2, and it's a pair of Outlaws coming at you. Out of Carpentersville, Illinois, the McBride Mac, Vomac Truck Sales, 5-Star Race Car Bodies, Fox Shocks, Riverton Party Store, VP Racing Fuels, PRC Dundee Heating and Air Conditioning, Colin Signs, number 28, Dennis Erb Jr. In the number 9, in Mooresville, North Carolina, the Tide Toric, NOS Energy Drink, C&W Trucking, Lone Wolf Petroleum, Holdren Construction, Remtech Industries, Petroff Bilstein, Tri-Valley Equipment, Tide Toric Performance Parts, Longhorn Clements Durham, number 9, Nick Hoffman. Now, I did want to point out there's another tie here. We saw this at Nodak, Sorensen and Larson for second. The 28 of Dennis Erb Jr., 8th quick, 16.464. Here comes Nick Hoffman for his opening lap. The 2-time and only winner here at Norman County. Can he go to the top of the charts? 9th quick, 16.638 for Nick Hoffman. We'll talk about the tie here in just a little bit. Dennis Erb Jr. will cross the line. He'll go 8th quick, 16.464 in his opening lap. That time slower by a 10th, 16.554. And Nick Hoffman will go faster but stay 9th quick as he turns a 16.550. So Hoffman 9th quick, Dennis Erb Jr. 8th quick. I do want to point out Jonathan Davenport still at top of the charts. Dustin Sorensen and Brent Larson tied for second. The tiebreaker goes to the driver that gets it first, and obviously that was Brent Larson. Actually, Dustin Sorensen came out second. Larson came out 6th, so Dustin Sorensen is in second right now. That gives him the pole of Heat 2. The difference is pole of Heat 2 and Heat 3 right now between those two with that tiebreaker. Up next, the number 6, you'll find Nick Corbett out of East Grand Forks, Minnesota. The Corbett Trucking, PLP Management, United Valley Bank, CHS Ag Service, Jessica Rice and Carl Ray Real Estate. Calgary Construction, SNS Transport, Jameson's on Main, MB Custom, Dawn Racing Engines, number 6, and the number 1Z, Logan Zarin out of Hookstown, Pennsylvania, the All-American Framer, Brandon's Lawn and Landscape, Lovell Enterprise, Valvoline, Napa Auto Parts, Zarin Truck and Auto, Wedge Motorsports, 1Z. Nick Corbett, 15th quick, 17.375. Logan Zarin will cross the line, 13th quick, 16.896. Nick Corbett across the line. Lap number 2, he'll go faster and move up a position to 14th quick, 17.025. And Logan Zarin will also go faster, 13th quick, 16.878. So Nick Corbett, 14th quick at a 17.025, and Logan Zarin, 13th quick at a 16.878. Both drivers taking lap number 2. Next 2, getting ready to roll onto the speedway, you'll find the 20 TC, Tristan Chamberlain. Out of Richmond, Indiana, the Longhorn Chassis Spec-Powered, Gibson Racing, Vision Woodworks, Vision Homes, DCE Fabrication, Pardos Towing Service, Burt Transmission, FK Roddens, Penske, VP Racing Fuels, Simpson, All-Star Performance, Truman Quarter Horses, BA Headers, and 5-Star Race Car Bodies, number 20 TC, Tristan Chamberlain. Out of Thompson, Georgia, the Triple B Motorsports, Cullen Brothers Towing, M&M Painting and Construction, Granite Hauling and Grading, M&S Concrete, Budweiser, Triple Electric, S&S Fishing and Rental, Boswell Oil, Kick Lighter Company, Longhorn Clements, number 97, Cody Overton. Tristan Chamberlain will cross the line, 15th quick, 17.181. Here comes the 97 of Cody Overton. Overton 9th quick, 16.521. He had the Dirt King Simulator's fastest hot lap of the night earlier at a 16.023. Here comes Chamberlain, lap number 2, faster, 15th quick, 16.985 for Tricky. And here comes the 97 of Overton. He will not improve, that time 0.3 slower. So Chamberlain will go faster on lap number 2 to go 15th quick, 16.985. And Cody Overton, lap 1, 9th quick at a 16.521. We have a pair of Outlaws coming at you. Out of Bakersfield, California, the ASD Motorsports, Jared Rifles, North Augusta Customs, XL Flooring, Taco John's, Brad Benton Trucking Contractor Services of Aiken, Boswell Oil, Precise Silco, Victorical Racing Oils, American Racing Wheels, H&A Development, number 74X, Ethan Dotson, and Bobby Pierce. Out of Oakwood, Illinois, the Low Voltage Solutions, Churchill Transportation, Peterson Drywall and Painting, Cullen Brothers Towing, Rio Grande Waste Services, Pontiac RV, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Carnegie Towing, Longhorn, Vic Hill, number 32. Ethan Dotson, 17th quick, 17.034. Here comes Pierce. They'll go 9th quick, 16.519. While Hoffman came out, Overton came out, they all took 9th, and now Pierce takes 9th. The track really slowing down here. Of course, one group, it's a long way to go here. Dotson will not improve. That time, 0.2 slower. He'll stay 18th quick. And Pierce will also stay with lap 1, that time 0.2 slower. Ethan Dotson will take lap 1, 18th quick, 17.034. Bobby Pierce also lap 1, 16.519, 9th quick. Up next, Eli Johnson at Clewiston, Florida. The Clyde Johnson Contracting and Roofing, Performance Napa, Total Claim Source, 7 Peak Steel, Michael Johnson Productions, Longhorn Eagle, number 55E. And the number 1, that is going to be Amelia Eisenschenk. Amelia Eisenschenk at Fargo, North Dakota. Watch out, Eli off the pace in turn number 2. Amelia going to catch him there as we see the Dave Warren Power Sports caution out around the speedway. We'll get these two back up to speed. But Amelia Eisenschenk, well, before I introduce you to our sponsors, let's take a look at the DIRTVision replay. Here's Eli Johnson, turn 2, a little high, and yeah. And then here came Amelia right behind him, and whew. So, Amelia will get 2 laps. Eli Johnson did take the Gorsuch Performance green flag. If you take the green flag and then cause a yellow one, you unfortunately only get 1 lap of qualifying. So, Amelia gets 2, Eli gets 1. Amelia Eisenschenk, sponsored by Jordal, General Equipment, Ellingson, O'Day Tank and Steel, DKW Trucking, Petro Stopping Centers, Shots Crossroads, Shaw Trucking, and Mesilla Valley Transportation, Longhorn Durham, number 1. Eisenschenk, 19th quick, 17.168. Here comes Eli Johnson in the 55E. First lap, 22nd, 17.435. Unfortunately, his one and only lap there. The number 1 of Amelia does have a second lap coming up here. Her final effort will go 0.2 slower. So Amelia, 19th quick, 17.168. Eli Johnson, 22nd out of 17.435. Just 3 qualifiers to go here in Mark Martin Automotive Qualifying. Another pair of Outlaws coming at you. You'll find a 22-star Jake Tim out of Winona, Minnesota, and the Team 22 Incorporated, GR Smith Motorsports, Gorilla Mill, Mesilla Valley Transportation, Oak Ridge Fabrication, Horman's HVAC, On-Demand Shirts, Rush Race Gear by Austin Witt, Stone Machinery, Willie's Carbon Dyno Shop, Swift Springs, Longhorn Cornet, number 22-star, and Tyler Erb out of New Waverly, Texas, the Best Performance Motorsports, Bulk Material at First Class Septic, Roberts Speed Company, Paul Construction, Anthony's Pizza, Langenfeld and Mechanical Contractors, Sandy Weld, Sunoco, Go Lithium, Kaiser Integra Performance Bodies and Parts, KBC Graphics, Rocket Clements, number 1. Jake Tim, 19th quick, 17.082. Let's see what Tyler Erb could do. 24th out of the chute here at qualifying. Turbo, 23rd quick, 17.351. Jake Tim, faster, 16th quick, 16.909. Tyler Erb here on his final lap. And the Best Performance Motorsports number 1, faster as well, 20th quick. So both drivers taking lap number 2. Tyler Erb, 20th quick, 17.120, and Jake Tim, 16th quick, 16.909. Final qualifier rolling on in the speedway to Fargo, North Dakota. The Jordow General Equipment, Ellingson, O'Day Equipment, DKW Trucking, Petro Stopping Centers, Longhorn Pro Power, number 15, Layla Eisenshank. Layla got her career best here last year, 16th with the Outlaws. Of course, everyone in the show here tonight. Let's see if she can better that here tonight as she will get ready to cross the line for her opening lap, and she'll go 25th quick, 17.550. Amelia and Layla have had some very good mentors here this week. Jonathan Davenport, Nick Hoffman, Gordy Gundager, Tim McCready, all hanging out at their house there in between races, and they've been learning a lot, and they've been enjoying it. She'll go faster, 17.439 to go 25th quick. That is going to conclude Mark Martin Automotive qualifying. Jonathan Davenport will have the front row with a 58V at Dalton Wilson in Heat 1, Dustin Sorensen and Ryan Gustin in Heat 2, Brent Larson and Tim McCready in the front row at Heat race number 3. But race fans, tonight's overall quick time qualifier for the second time this season out of Blairsville, Georgia, the Ace Store and Nutrient Ag Solutions, ASE Warranty, Mark Martin Automotive, Mega Plumbing, the Carolinas, number 49, Superman, Jonathan Davenport. That's going to do it for Hot Laps and Mark Martin Automotive qualifying. For everyone watching around the world, you're watching coverage from Norman County Raceway. We'll be right back.
At Pit Boss Jack's, we put in the work in the shop so you can put in your work at the track. Engineering, speed, durability. Pit Boss Jack's, like a boss.
At Kaiser Manufacturing, our commitment to engineering and developing new products is reflected in the wide range of fabricated items we produce for the manufacturing and retail industries. From simple to complex fabrication, we can do that. We have a full team of engineers ready to take your concept from prototype to full production. Call us for a quote today to see your next idea brought to life. Kaiser Manufacturing, proud to be Michigan made.
It's ARP Fasteners for whatever you race. From 2 wheels to 4. Off-road, on-road, even water. From the flat track to the salt flats. Grassroots racers, weekend warriors, and pros alike trust ARP. Made in America quality, family-owned and operated. When failure is not an option, it's ARP-bolts.com. No matter what you race.
Want to make 2026 a year to remember? Then we should be your first stop. Dave Warner Power Sports has the Kawasaki lineup ready. Brute Force ATVs, mule side-by-sides, and jet skis built for serious fun. Before spring hits, stop in and gear up. Dave Warren Power Sports, where the fun begins.
DIRTVision offers you more ways to watch dirt racing than anywhere else. See live coverage of World of Outlaws sprints and late models on the standard stream, the DIRTVision dashboard, multi-view, or Dirt Zone. You decide. DIRTVision is home to the greatest shows on dirt.
Buy World of Outlaws apparel, souvenirs, and memorabilia anytime. Visit thegreateststoreondirt.com. Shop for t-shirts, hoodies, hats, and a large variety of merchandise for fans of all ages. Thegreateststoreondirt.com. Race fans, check out our new text promo. Stay up to date on the greatest shows on dirt with text messages directly from DIRTVision. Visit alerts.dirtvision.com to sign up. Get the latest info on your favorite National Racing Series broadcasts, plus those from our premier weekly tracks. Sign up now at alerts.dirtvision.com. Again, that's alerts.dirtvision.com. And we'll send you text messages and keep you up to date with everything happening with the greatest shows on dirt. That way you never miss a broadcast here on DIRTVision. How about the Dirt Car Summer Nationals last night? What a race. If you didn't watch that on DIRTVision and you got your Fast Pass, you missed out on a good one last night. I mean, the Coltman Farms racing cars put on a race. Luke Morey almost got it there from his teammate Sam Seawright. I know the finish was under a tenth. It was a crazy finish last night in Tennessee. Tonight they're at the old number 1 Speedway. Of course, you can flip the dial there on DIRTVision. Check out old number 1 tonight. The Dirt Car Summer Nationals will continue. Unfortunately, we will not continue throughout the weekend. If you haven't seen the release, obviously we're scheduled to be off tomorrow. Go to the Ronald McDonald House. Well, unfortunately, all that done. Canceled here this weekend. And, of course, the Napa Auto Parts go for 50 Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So we will be back in action just a little over a week. A week from tomorrow, we'll be in Bust-Eye, New York at the State Line Speedway. Back to State Line. Haven't been there in quite some years. Nick Hoffman picked up his first ever World of Outlaws feature win there. Nick Hoffman, you look at the next 2 races on the schedule, it could be very favorable for him. Obviously, 2-time and only winner here. Got his first ever win as a rookie there. What was it, 3 years ago? Now 2023 at State Line Speedway. And then we'll take that Thursday off and get ready for Sharon Speedway, Hartford, Ohio, July 10th and 11th. Before we take an off weekend and then get ready for the Prairie Dirt Classic, July 24th and 25th at Fairbury Speedway, followed by the USA Nationals, $100,000 to win. New Richmond, Wisconsin, July 30th, 31st, and August 1st, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We hope to see you there as we get ready to wind down here in the 2026 season. I say wind down, but holy cow, still lots of racing to go, but it's been a fun season so far. And, of course, follow our sister series, the World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Car Series, the Super Dirt Car Series, and, of course, the Dirt Car Summer Nationals in full throttle right now in the heat of summer. So check that out as they do a little bit of track prep here at Norman County Raceway. Race fans, thank you all so much for coming out. After opening ceremonies, we'll get ready for IMCA stock car heat races, get ready for R3 heat races. We'll get ready for a redraw. And then 2 features, IMCA stock car feature and the World of Outlaws 50-lap, $20,000 to win feature here tonight. And just to start, $1,500 here with the Outlaws. To see our full complete schedule, go to www.worldofoutlaws.com and click on the schedule tab. And, of course, go to dirtvision.com and get that fast pass. Track prep continuing here. The start to finish showdown at Norman County Raceway. We'll step aside. We're inching closer and closer from opening ceremonies here on a Tuesday night.
Precision isn't just a goal at Jarrett Rifles. It's our legacy. Since 1979, Kenny Jarrett's engineering excellence has created the world's most accurate hunting rifles, guaranteed to shoot a half MOA or better. From our tri-lock receivers to our custom stocks, this isn't just a rifle. It's a Jarrett, the choice of record-holding hunters worldwide. Jarrett Rifles. Accuracy defined. Excellence guaranteed. The only thing faster than the speed of light and Jake Tim is the Gorilla Mill ripping through titanium like butter dripping off a hot biscuit. Stop buying your carbide tools from China. And unlock super performance found only in America. Whether you're in aerospace, medical, firearms, or anything anything else, don't panic. We've got your back. Check us out at GorillaMill.com.
MD3, the most advanced body panels on the market. Aerodynamically engineered, manufactured from the highest grade and lightest weight materials, tested tough for optimum performance. The highest quality and most durable products you'll find anywhere. Our products help racers around the world reach victory lane. Winning never looked so good. MD3, the #1 body choice for top dirt racers.
This copyrighted DIRTVision broadcast may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or distributed in any form without World Racing Group's written consent. Copyright infringement is a federal crime.
Welcome back to Ada, Minnesota, where World of Outlaws action takes place on a Tuesday night. Jonathan Davenport with tonight's Mark Martin Automotive Quick Time here tonight. That is the 17th quick time of his career with the World of Outlaws, second of the season. Something we never really get to touch on all the time. Davenport now 14th all-time on the quick times list. Josh Richards, all-time quick time qualifier with the Outlaws at 58. Brandon Shepard with 51. Darrell Lanigan third with 47. Rick Eckert fourth, 46. Shane Clanton fifth with 45. We'll give you the top 10. Chris Madden is 6th with 40. Bobby Pierce 7th with 32. Steve Francis is 8th with 25. Billy Moyer 9th with 24. And Tim McCready 10th all-time with 23 quick times. Davenport moves up to 14th with 17. Just ahead of them, Scott Bloomquist, Bab with 18. Mike Marler, 22, I should say. That's your all-time quick times list here with the Outlaws. There's been 152 drivers that have had a quick time. Most recent one that earned one was Ross Robinson last week at Ogilvy. Cool little stat there that we never really get to talk about and have the chance to touch on. It's hard to get a quick time with the Outlaws. You think about it, when we average about, what, 600, 800, 900 different drivers that compete with us throughout the year, and to only have 152 drivers to ever set a quick time. That's a statement right there. So they added a little bit of water to the racetrack. They're rolling it in here. They got the big trucks out there running in the racetrack. And as we said, we will continue action at State Line a week from tomorrow. So the water truck's going to roll the bottom, and then they're going to work their way up the speedway here at Norman County. Mark, obviously the last 2 years here with the Outlaws, the buzz has been pretty big around town. Another good crowd on hand here tonight. I got to say, how's the atmosphere been leading up to the event again this year?
Really good. A little different this year, with it being on a Tuesday night. So the crowd took a little longer to get here, coming here after work and ahead of their 4th of July plans. But once about 5:30 rolled it on, they packed it on in here, and it's been filling up since. And it's great to see, 3 straight years of capacity crowd here in this 100-year-old plus grandstand.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. Talk about the history of this place, right? I mean, like the tower that we're in, we call it a dugout. It's really interesting.
Yeah. It used to be smaller, by the way, before you guys came here.
Oh, wow, that's really unique. Obviously, we go to some really historic racetracks. Fairbury, I should say, their grandstand are hundreds of years old right now. Your guys' the story of this place. Does it have anything unique?
Yeah, they've been racing some form of automobile on this racetrack for, I believe, 120 years.
That's
I want to
amazing.
say. It's
Wow.
like in one way, shape, or form
Over
every
a
year.
century.
From Model Ts to motorcycles, they've had horse racing on here. It used to be a little bit bigger. It used to be kind of a half mile and a little bit flatter. But I mean, it wasn't until about 2000, in the early 2000s, they switched to weekly racing. But we've had some sort of racing, fair racing or whatever on this racetrack for, I think, about 120 years.
Wow, that's cool. And to have the World of Outlaws here, I know that was a big deal. What was it when we were first here? A lot of people here. It was a whole grand slam, I should say. And we're happy to be back, my friend. A good field, 25 cars. Hey, that's all you need to put on a good feature, right?
Absolutely. We got full shows in both classes, lots of money to win, and lots of tough competition.
Yep, absolutely. Race fans, we thank you so much for coming out here on a Tuesday. As Mark said, around 5:30, you all packed the place. So, heck, there was probably the most traffic Ada's seen in a long time at 5 o'clock. Everyone trying to get their way to the racetrack.
Yeah, absolutely. It's between that and go head into the lakes for the weekend. So, yeah, it's been good.
Yeah, I want to wish everyone happy and safe 4th of July. Obviously, we wanted to celebrate it together with you all at Deer Creek Speedway, but unfortunately rained out this weekend already. And, so, want to wish everyone a happy and safe 4th of July. Go big this year. America's 250th birthday. I mean, that is huge. Mark, any big plans for 4th of July?
Oh, have a few cocktails and
maybe
sit on the shoreline and enjoy the view.
Yeah,
that's about
there
it.
you go. Absolutely. Race fans, whatever you're doing this 4th of July weekend, wish you a good and safe one. And whether it be enjoying a glizzy with a beverage or popping some dynamites, what's your favorite firework? I love dynamites.
I don't even know. Fireworks are technically legal here in Minnesota. Anything that goes pop, boom, or whistle, they're not technically legal. We still do it, but they're not technically legal here.
There you go. Well, did not know that. That's one thing I just learned something
We find
today.
a way to let them go, but they're not technically legal here.
Interesting. All right. Well, we had some really good fireworks in North Dakota. Let me just tell you that. But anyway, no, that's cool stuff. All right. Well, yep. Again, wishing everyone a good 4th of July. We'll be back next weekend, New York and Sharon. So. All right, final pack trucks making their way into the infield, getting ready for opening ceremonies. Once all the pack trucks make their way in, we'll be sending it downstairs to Peyton, which, by the way, Peyton did a great job with his pre-race show today. If you don't tune in 15 minutes before scheduled hot laps, you are missing out on some good stuff that just gets you set up. Peyton bringing us some really good stats earlier. We go live at 7 with hot laps. Well, guess what? 15 minutes early. Tune in DIRTVision as we await for the pack trucks to make their way in. Final 2 rolling that bottom of the speedway. And again, they added some water down there. They had the big trucks out there. They worked their way up. They did that. All those 3 big trucks are in. The tow truck's in. And just getting these 2 final rollers in, then we'll get ready to go here on this Tuesday night. Again, race fans, we want to get you out of here at a good time. Of course, a lot of us have to go to work in the morning, so after this, IMCA stock car heats, late model heat races, and then features. No last chance showdowns tonight. IMCA stock car feature, and then our 50-lap feature to conclude the night. First Packer making his way to the infield there in the back straightaway. And the second and final Packer, I do believe, is going to be making his way in. Peyton Williams in position downstairs. Let's go downstairs, Peyton.
Thank you, Ruben, and thank you, race fans, as we get set for the 3rd ever visit for the World of Outlaws late models presented by DIRTVision to Norman County Raceway. Part of the process, these track officials making sure this surface is ready for a great race tonight. Also part of the process, opening ceremonies, then it's time to go heat racing. So fans, we ask that you please rise as you are able. And gentlemen, remove your hats as Racing with Jesus Street's Kevin Griggs is here tonight to offer up the invocation.
Thanks, Peyton. Let's go to Lord in prayer. Heavenly Father, we love you and we honor you and we worship you with everything that we have, all of our heart, our soul, and everything we are of. Father, we are so thankful for all the opportunities you put in front of us every day for us just to do the right thing. Father, we pray for safety tonight on the track, safety for our fans in the stands as they travel to and from. As they said, some of these cats got to go to work tomorrow. Father, we are so thankful for them taking the time to come out here. We're also thankful for the World Racing Group to make the trip here and the Norman County Fairground folks for putting this shindig on. Father, we are so thankful for the men and women of the military. I'm sure there's some vets, maybe active duty in the stands. Because of them, some of them gave everything they had that we could be here as free people doing this wonderful sport in the greatest nation in the world. God bless America. Father, thank you for loving us, and thank you for allowing us to be all that we can be. In your glorious name we pray. Amen.
And fans, please remain standing and welcome Whitney Visser, who is going to sing the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Race fans, it does not get much better than that. Thank you to both Whitney and Kevin for their involvement in opening ceremonies. Ruben, back up to you, my friend. Time to go heat racing at Norman County.
Thank you very much, Peyton. As with that, 3 heat races for the IMCA stock cars. When we saw them on the docket, I know we all got excited. IMCA stock cars put on a show, so we'll turn it over to Mark Askelson with the call.
Thank you, Ruben. Getting ready for your IMCA stock cars to do stock car things with their stock car friends here at NC. Our big thanks to Victory Diesel for sponsoring this 2,000 to win stock car special here at NCR. Your starting lineup for heat race number 1, it'll be Shelby Williams on the pole all the way out of Bonham, Texas in the 82. Outside the front row, it's going to be Johnny Carter on Elizabeth in the 46. Row number 2, Chris Tusher in the 73T out of Burlington, North Dakota. Out of Castleton in row number 2, it'll be Will Dittmer in the 53D. Row 3 out of Malacca in the 980, that's Caden Woody. And the 51 of Kelly Jacobson out of Fargo. And rounded out our field, it's going to be the 4 of Rick Schultz out of Horace. It'll be 8 laps to the distance here. Going green this next time by at the Reynolds Excavating Start Cone. Victory Diesel of Amaretto, North Dakota provides repairs, maintenance, and DOT inspections of all makes and models of heavy-duty diesel trucks and farm equipment. Now hiring technicians. Shelby Williams, Johnny Carter, gonna lead this into turns 3 and 4. Put their foot to the floor. Green, green, green here. Let's Clicky's Auto Bear IMCA stock cars. No doubt it'll be Shelby Williams' first time here at NCR, all the way down south out of Texas, but it's Johnny Carter. Oh, it's Rick Schultz is got a little loose there in turns 1 and 2. He'll keep it green, keep it going the right direction, and rejoin the field. Johnny Carter gonna lead lap number 1 in the 46, followed by Williams, Jacobson, Tusher, Will Dittmer. to be Woody, then Jacobson, or Dittmer. All running kind of that middle groove here through turns 3 and 4. The 73 at Tusher closing in here. On the back of Kelly Jacobson, 19.838 for our leader the last time by, but a half-second lead over Williams. 3 down, 5 to go. Williams got a little closer, drove it a little harder there in turns 1 and 2 for a moment on Carter. But Carter fires back on the back straightaway. Yeah, sun's shining here on some of these drivers out of turn number 4. Hot sunny day here at NCR. Tusher closing in here on Kelly Jacobson. Tusher, he's a heavyweight, like for real, was a trainer for Brock Lesnar in the UFC. Now on the back bumper of Jacobson, challenging for that 3rd spot. Side by side for 3rd, with Carter leading Williams here with 3 to go. Tusher takes a look to the inside, does not get the spot. Jacobson will remain in that 3rd spot again with Caden Woody back there in 5th, followed by Dittmer and Schultz. Shelby Williams still keeping the 46 in striking distance here with 2 to go. Lifting that left front up in the air through 1 and 2. Then we got that 3-car battle for 3rd, about a half a lap back, as Schultz now off the pace and likely to pull in here this time by. White flag for Johnny Carter. A winner once this year here already at Norman County Raceway. Now almost 3 wide for 3rd as we see that battle heating up even more, but Jacobson still holding on. And $2,000 on the line here tonight. Heat race number 1. Your winner is going to be Johnny Carter, followed by Shelby Williams, Kelly Jacobson, Chris Tusher, Caden Woody, and Will Dittmer again with Rick Schultz not finishing. Let's get your starting lineup here for heat race number 2. That's coming at you next. Big thanks to the Ada Building Center for bringing us our start to finish showdown. Couldn't do with that new grandstand to the north without the Ada Building Center. All your home projects and building needs, whether you're building a woodshed out back or you're going to build yourself a new home, garage, shop, pole barn, talk to your folks at the Ada Building Center. Let your project start with the Ada Building Center. Heat race number 2 will have Mike Hagan on the pole. He's out of Williston, North Dakota, the 27X. The Cheetah, Rob Van Mill, will line up outside of him in car number 40 out of Barnesville. Row number 2, that is none other than Aaron Olson out of Mackinac, North Dakota, in car number 14. And the Ripper, Ryan Satter out of Dent, Minnesota, in car 69. Row 3 on the inside, it's the Cool Cat, Kelvin Kesselberg, in car number 11 out of Ada. And the real deal, Brody Carlsrud out of Moorhead in B1. And rounding out the field will be Stanley Seekman in the 14XS out of Taunton, Minnesota. And we do not see the 14XS, did not make it out here. They'll let that Randall's Excavating start going. Green, green, green. Here we go as they come by the auctionblock.com flag stand with head flagman Taylor Grove. Good start for Rob Van Mill. He pounces out of the early lead in number 40. Second, that battle continues, but it looks like Ryan Satter will hold that spot here as they come into turn number 3. Now 3 wide for 3rd. Carlsrud on that high side. He'll slip up and head back. And now Satter challenging Van Mill for the lead. Taking a look to the inside in turns 1 and 2. Good battle. A lot of really good cars in this heat race. Van Mill, Satter, then Mike Hagan in the 27, Aaron Olson, then Carlsrud and Kesselberg. Now a 3-car battle, maybe a little bump it and bump it. 3 wide for 4th with Olson, Carlsrud, and Kesselberg. And meanwhile, we're side by side for the lead again as Ryan Satter tries to steal that top spot from Van Mill. Van Mill, Kesselberg goes around in turn 4. Hometown kid struggling here in this heat race. He'll keep it going. We'll stay green. Meanwhile, the battle for the lead continues door to door. It's Satter and Van Mill. Now Van Mill moving down the racetrack a little bit more in turns 3 and 4, but Satter makes it stick to the bottom at the line by a nose. By the hair of his chinny chin. That's Van Mill. Satter gets a better run through the turns, but Van Mill, more momentum headed into the back straightaway. Now Satter tried to set up and he lost it, got loose, and he goes to the infield. He'll go back to 5th spot. Tough break for Ryan Satter, who is battling for the lead and just threw it in a little too hard. Good battle on the racetrack still for 3rd. As Aaron Olson in that Victory Diesel got a little loose there on the back straightaway. Van Mill, Hagen, Olson, Karlsruhe, Satter, and Kesselberg is how they run here with 2 to go. Van Mill, about a half straightaway lead here as he comes into turn number 3. Olson closing a little bit on Hagen. Now Satter trying to get back a couple more spots as he looks to the inside of Brody Karlsruhe. He'll steal that one here by 7 1/1000ths of a second. Last lap for Rob Van Mill, fresh off a big win during the Bison Battle, a $1,200 paycheck, looking to upgrade that to $2,000 here tonight. Checkered flag is out. Your winner, it's Rob Van Mill. Mike Hagen come up second, followed by Aaron Olson, Ryan Satter, Brody Karlsruhe, and bringing out the rear is Kelvin Kesselberg. Again, racing here tonight, brought to you by R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. rjbroadcasting.com. The R&J radio app, 106.5 KRJB, Gold 101.5 KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ and 1480 AM. Live local coverage. Again, bringing you live weekly racing here from NCR on the radio on KRJB. Heat race number 3 will look like this. It'll be Daniel Ekblad on the inside out of St. Peter, Minnesota. He's in the 18X. His outside, it'll be Nick Johansson. He's out of Tyler, Minnesota in the 14X. Row 2, the winner of the first time the World of Outlaws were in town here. And they were the sport class. Todd Heinrich in the 38 out of Fargo, and the guy who, his godson, who won it the year after, Daniel Aberly in the 33 out of Findlay, North Dakota. Row 3, it's Randy Klein in the 88 XXX out of Buffalo, North Dakota. And rounding out the field, it'll be Brennan Borg out of Harwood in the 52. 8 laps, again the distance. Going green this time by from the Randall's Excavating start code. Ekblad, Johansson, green, green, green. Here we go. Well, leading the field into turn 1, it is Ekblad, but as Johansson will pull up alongside here on the back stretch, he'll have the advantage coming into turn number 3. Still side by side all the way through the field here as they come out of turn number 4. We'll see if they sort out a little bit. It'll be Ekblad with the lead. Johansson second. Oh, as Brennan Borg goes around in turn number 1, he spins and ends up on the outside of turn number 1. On his own there, I believe. Oh, maybe he had a little help. Listen to the official. Caution will be on the ADA. We'll see if you get a little DIRTVision replay. Maybe he had a little hip check there going into turn number 1 from the 88. And slid off into the grass. Yeah, it kind of looks like Borg just kind of turned right there a little bit and maybe a little helping. Those two got together, a little bump in action here. So 1 lap complete here under our Coronado caution. So your leader, Daniel Ekblad, with Johansson and Aberly, Heinrich, Borg, and Klein. 7 laps still remain. Look at the one to go here from the auctionblock.com flag stand. Don't forget, lots of big races coming up this year. Norman County Raceway. I think we got the Wazota Modifieds here coming up on July 9th. Then we have the Buffalo Wild Wings and Noses Sprint Cars coming up the week after, July 16th. Race fans, get your 50-50. We'll draw for that there after our stock car feature. Right before our big main event. So get your 50-50 tickets. Do that now. Here we go. Green, green, green. Here we go. Ekblad will lead him into turn number 1. Now Daniel Aberle is going to slip into that number 2 spot again. He won last year with the World of Outlaws, one of the biggest wins of his career. Randy Klein going to try and make some moves here on the outside as he gets by Todd Heinrich here out of turn number 4 for that 6th position. Or 5th position, I should say. Now Heinrich gets it back here on the backstretch. Borg up to 4th. 1, 2, 3, all separated out. Ekblad, Aberle, Johansson, Borg, Klein, and Heinrich. Klein and Borg side by side again. Borg on the inside this time. Klein on the outside. See if they make contact again. Nope, they don't. Keep it clean for the time being. It's Daniel Ekblad out front here. Couple car lengths, about half second over Aberle. With 3 to go, about 4th on back is where the real battle is. As the 14 and Nick Johansson trying to hold off Klein, Borg, and Heinrich. Those 4 cars kind of stacked up here. Heinrich's going to try and go around the high side here. Borg will cut him off. No crossover. Klein now side by side with Johansson here out of turn number 2. Klein in that bright orange and black 88. Johansson in the yellow and black 14. Johansson will kind of drift up the racetrack, and Randy Klein, after getting sent tail, now up to 3rd. White flag here last time around here for Daniel Ekblad here in our final Lucky's Auto Repair Stock Car Heat Race. Checkered flag is out. Your winner, Daniel Ekblad in the 18X, followed by Aberle, Klein, Johansson, Borg, and Heinrich. And that'll do it here for our 3rd and final heat here of our IMCA Stock Cars.